Everybody slam, dunk it with your hand. Everybody slam, and dunk it with your hand. Everybody slam, dunk it with your hand. Everybody slam, and dunk it with your hand. Everybody slam, dunk it with your hand. Everybody slam, and dunk it with your hand.
Welcome to Butterlegs. It's the most entertaining movie podcast you're listening to right now. We don't always get things right, but we're real good triers. I'm Jay.
I'm Sin.
And I'm Alex.
So, listener, we got some big news. The three of us have created an intergalactic time-traveling video call app. It's pretty exciting. Here during this episode, we may be getting a call from anybody who's ever existed in the universe.
It's also a very convenient plot device to this podcast. So you know how all the algorithms and shit work for like all the, social media and ads and shit on the internet. And I would say also for any sort of listening or action device like Google Home or Amazon. We had the whole commercial about Payday.
It takes a lot of peanuts.
Takes a lot of peanuts.
Takes a lot of peanuts. And apparently I've been singing that around the house. I keep getting emails from nuts.com. Oh. Like just out of the blue, like suddenly I've got shit tons of visit nuts.com.
Goodness.
Yeah, and so it's just like nuts.com crazy in my email right now.
So this nuts.com, it's just wanting you to buy nuts. That's it, right?
Yeah, I think it's just like, I guess they think I'm really into peanuts because I keep getting this. They're like, you've been talking about peanuts a whole lot lately. Here's a coupon.
Well, at least it got nuts and not what we misheard it saying.
This is true.
Also in the news, and how we're shaping the world around us, we had previously watched the Ewok movies from the mid-'80s, and we were talking about how hard they were to find, and I went on a whole adventure of ordering one off of eBay and stuff. Well, now they're on Disney Plus.
I'd say we had a hand in that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Disney was listening. They're like, here's your peanut email, and also we are now putting Ewoks, the Ewok movies on Disney Plus.
So I recommend going out and watching that
No.
as much as you can.
No. We got to watch Space Jam.
Yeah, we watched Space Jam, released in 1996 and directed by Joe Pytka.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit about this classic movie.
Oh, shit.
Oh! Someone's calling on the intergalactic phone app thing.
Hello.
It's the Emperor!
Hello. It's Grandpa Galaxy.
Oh, shoot. Hi, Grandpa Galaxy.
It's a pleasure. I'm so glad you've made me fourth host. Butterlegs. Big fan.
Oh, shoot. He jumped from hello to I'm the fourth host.
Well, you're always welcome here, Emperor. Listener,
thank you, JJ.
Listeners, it's the Emperor from Star Wars, also known as Grandpa Galaxy.
Yeah, Mr. Palpatine himself.
It's nice to meet you, Emperor.
Shut up, Alex.
Oh no! What? Why don't you like Alex?
He knows why.
Well, hey, Emperor, we watched Space Jam. Are you familiar with Space Jam, the movie?
Yes.
Oh, you are? Because you're from space?
I watch it every night.
So it's basically your Shawshank Redemption?
Yes. is misrepresented on IMDb.
Well, good. I'm so glad you're here to talk about it with
Oh,
us.
my pleasure. And JJ, I'm so glad you're a big fan. Roll the clip. Roll the clip of what he said.
I love Grandpa Galaxy so much. He's the greatest character ever created for anything.
Are we going to do the thing with the commercials?
Oh, yeah, I guess we could go to commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple commercials from us. So, Space Jam came out in 1996. So, these commercials are also from 1996. This first commercial, it's kind of like the Return of the Jedi Burger King glasses commercial. It's not really funny, but it's very appropriate to this episode. So, here we go.
These aliens are killing us. We need some help.
Right away, Your Airness. McDonald's! Behold.
Now only at McDonald's. Collect these fun Looney Tunes stuffed characters from the new movie Space Jam. Just $2.99 each with the purchase of a new deluxe or any other large sandwich.
Way to go, Dandy.
How about we go out and kick some alien butt?
Space Jam at McDonald's. Come hungry. Leave stuffed.
Man, you know what's funny about that is what's a deluxe?
Oh, yeah. Yes. What did they describe as deluxe?
They just said deluxe.
$2.99 each with the purchase of a new deluxe or any other large sandwich.
It looked like what I was trying to explain to Jay the other day about the McDLT. Alex, do you know about the McDLT?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I hadn't heard of this either.
Let's pull up a picture. McDLT. Oh, jeez.
I've heard of it, Michelle.
Yeah, of course you have. Oh, here it is. Yeah, remember me telling you about that? Okay. Also, let's look at the price. $1.95, which is crazy because I think you can maybe get a cheeseburger for that now. But it was the commercial was, if you keep the fresh side fresh and you keep the hot side hot and the cool side cool. And so they had this whole thing where the lettuce and tomato and shit were like cool and the other side was hot, and it was in this big double-sided styrofoam fucking container. Anyway, that's what that looked like they were showing, was kind of that time period of food during that commercial. So there's that, and there's also those big stuffed animals. You see the size of those things?
Oh, yeah.
The little prizes. I bet it was real hard to get like one of them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who would have been the hard one to get?
Everybody wants Daffy.
Yeah, everybody wants Daffy. Okay, and I disagree with that one reviewer that said, that one internet reviewer about Space Jam, where they're like, Daffy Duck's underutilized. Like, in watching this movie, I'm like, he was utilized just fine.
Yeah, it seemed like he had as much screen time as Bugs Bunny.
That's what I thought too.
This next commercial could only exist in a narrow time period of human history for it to make any sense at all. And 1996 just happens to be during that little time period. And listener, just so you know, the person in the commercial is using a payphone on the wall.
All right,
here we go.
Still dialing 0 to call people collect? Stop. It's expensive. What to do? Dial 1-800-COLLECT. As seen on TV, dialing 1-800-COLLECT instead of 0 saves the people you call up to 44%.
Hi, Grandma.
Dial it today.
Oh, man. There's so much to unpack there because, like, collect calls are a thing, a payphone's a thing. This, as seen in TV guides, a thing. Like, like everything's a thing.
Yeah, dialing 0. Are there still operators like that? Like, can you just hit 0?
No. On what?
Like, what happens if you dial 0 on a cell phone?
Yeah, like right now, it's like I can't even remember how phones work. Like, and I grew up, like, I didn't have a cell phone until I was out of college. But still, like, I can't remember, like, if there's a landline now, it's usually at a company and they're on their own network. It's not actually a phone, right?
Yeah.
Is that how, like, there's not a phone system anymore nationwide? Is that correct?
I don't know. I mean, a a lot of it just kind of mimics what used to be phone systems, and most of it's like digital and runs over the internet.
Yeah, and so like, yeah, if you're picking up a phone, like if I pick up my phone from work, I can't even dial 0 because you have to dial 9 to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Are there people who are like, I'm going to my operator job today? Like, is that a job?
I don't know. So, yeah, the other thing is I never actually used that 1-800-COLLECT, and I'm a little confused. Like, how did that actually work? So, like, you would actually, like, pick up the payphone and dial 1-800-COLLECT, and then they would say, like, who are you trying to call?
Calling collect. When you call collect, I think it charges the person you call.
Oh, I guess it saves the other person money.
But how is 1-800-COLLECT making their money?
Yeah, that whole business, none of it makes sense. It's like, even us who lived through that era, we're like, what?
I know.
All right, this next commercial is for Sin's favorite snack. Sin's favorite snack, shredded wheat.
Oh, jeez.
Goodbye, honey.
Sound good? It is good. Nabisco shredded wheat. It's just naturally good.
JJ,
Yes.
that was the most beautiful rendition of that song I've ever heard.
Y'all see those big old biscuits? So that was a commercial for Nabisco shredded wheat, listener. You see those big old biscuits?
They were huge.
They were huge, right? So
Big old biscuits.
they came in, so you got a box, and they came in, 2 of those big biscuits came in a little wax paper container, and there were 2 of those per box.
Wow.
Yeah, and you unfolded the wax paper because it wasn't actually it wasn't actually like sticky sealed, and you got out a biscuit and you broke it up in your bowl. Like it's all weird and archaic.
I want one.
Of course you do. You like those hay bells, those pine needle cereal.
Emperor, I'm glad you enjoyed that rendition of what's the name of that song?
Sugar Pop Honey.
Yeah. As played by the Casio keyboard demo button.
I like flaky biscuits.
Shut up, Alex. Stay in the thread.
Why does he hate me?
I don't really know.
We got one more commercial here.
He's got it out for you.
Okay, so this commercial is going to be a little bit of a game.
Oh no!
All right, so I'm going to pause this commercial before they say what it's for, and I want you two to guess whenever, before it gets to the end, whenever I pause it. And listener, what we're about to see is a family sitting around, and the daughter, she's like kind of an older teenage daughter maybe, and she looks a lot like Jennifer Lawrence. She's waiting on a date who doesn't show up, so her dad decides that he'll fill in for the job as being her date. So here we go.
Boy.
Mom, thought I heard a car. He's not coming. Boy.
No pressure there.
Dad, what are you doing?
These are for you.
Mom, what's he doing?
Oh, good evening, Mrs. Larson. I can certainly see where Melissa gets her good looks. Come on, honey. We'll buy you some french fries, huh?
You're spoiling me, Dad.
You can drive. Next time.
Dad.
Come on, sweetheart. Go on, honey. Yes. Go. I'll have her home early.
Okay.
I understand Mr. Larson doesn't like it if you're late. All right. Take a moment and make a memory.
Ugh, I'm grossed out. I'm grossed out.
So we're about to find out what this commercial is about.
I'm
but
grossed out.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. Like, not dating your daughter? Like, don't date your daughter? Grandpa Galaxy, any thoughts?
Buick.
Alex, what do you think?
It's have a great relationship with your children.
Like a general
PSA?
PSA?
Yeah, they weren't going for creepy, but that's what they achieved.
Oh my God. It's so like Promise Keepers creepy. Like real heavy.
All right, let's call any guesses, Sin?
Pants?
Pants. All right, here we go.
Take a moment and make a memory from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Of course it is.
Makes so much sense now.
Just date your daughter. You've got lots of them. It's not a problem.
My dad's my best friend, and I won't be embarrassed.
Oh, shit. That one's real uncomfortable. Like, I'm uncomfortable the whole time. Which is usually how it is when I'm around Mormons. Same feeling.
I thought I was pushy. By the way, this is a good window of opportunity. JJ, Michelle. Just hear me out.
Okay.
Have you ever had an interest in the dark side? You don't have to answer now. Most people have inner turmoil about it, and you could just answer whenever you're comfortable.
Yeah, actually, that sounds great.
I mean,
like,
I think
I
think you get to wear a lot of black. That sounds good to me.
I mean, I expected this. Wait, what? There's usually a lot of inner turmoil, a little bit of back and forth going on. You just want to join, just like that?
Oh yeah, power,
I'm in.
power, getting to rule the universe. I think I'm all in.
Can I join?
No.
Okay, fine, I won't be in the dark side with everyone else.
Go play with Luke.
That's right.
So Space Jam. So Slam. Let's talk about a jam. What's the song?
Come on and slam.
And slam it with your hands.
Oh, slam it with your hands. This was mine. This was my pitch to watch Space Jam.
That's right. Yeah.
Because both of you make a lot of references to Space Jam. I'm like, what's Space Jam about? It's about Michael Jordan, mostly.
I feel like the human and cartoon interaction on this, they did it very well.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like the CGI is real good. It was very stylized, but I think they knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it works real well. Because, I mean, it's real action, and they do have to hold a lot of things, and none of it bothers me.
Like, even when Dennis Nedry gets blown up into a big balloon, by Dennis Nedry, I mean Stan.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell it's
Wayne
fake.
Knight. Yeah,
you
Wayne
could tell
Knight.
it's fake, but I was still buying it. It was all right.
Yeah.
I think it's because the Looney Tunes aspect of you, there's so much forgiveness there that it's like anything is like cool. It all works.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like if you expect it to all be like real reality and then you go down from that, it's you have a lot more expectation or something. Mm-hmm. But you're like, ooh, Looney Tunes, they look cool in like 3D, which is better than I've usually seen them.
Yeah. So the movie starts out with young Michael Jordan practicing and talking with his dad. And
which is all real, right? He did go to North Carolina?
Yep. He went to the University of North Carolina. And then we go into the best sequence in the history of film. Come on and slam. And it's just like the entire Space Jam theme song accompanied by real clips of Michael Jordan playing basketball. Yeah. So on Mountain, Danny DeVito, he is the leader, or he is the boss of an amusement park that's not doing too well, and he wants to spice things up.
So why isn't it called Maroon Mountain? Isn't that the Looney Tunes way of saying moron?
Yeah, they do use the word maroon.
Maroon.
So he wants his little assistants to go out and get the Looney Tunes, kidnap them. I really like the high-pitched Meek assistant. Mm-hmm. Really funny voice acting.
Right?
New ones.
Uh-huh.
Get it?
big shiny new things. Yeah. Absolutely, sir.
They're all very cute, those little characters.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan plays a lot of basketball. But he also plays a lot of baseball.
Yeah, he retired from basketball.
Which is real too, right?
That was real.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But now they make it out to be like he wasn't good at the baseball, but he was good at the baseball? Or was that true too?
He was decent at baseball. They in fact they think if he had stuck with it, he might have went pro.
Ah.
Those aliens enter Toonland.
Why is it underground?
Yeah, why is Looney Tune Land underground? I'd never known that.
The only thing I get is like, Bugs Bunny lives underground, but like all of them live underground? It just seems weird.
I always thought that was just a random portal that happened to be on that golf course.
Oh, they're not really under the earth, yeah. It's like a different dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes sense.
I like that.
I like that better. I like this note. Stan drives MJ home. I bet MJ has a much larger home. I bet that's true.
Yeah, it is a big house that they go to.
It's very modest.
But it's modest
in
terms of like the biggest athlete ever in history.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of his house on The Last Stand ESPN documentary.
The Last Dance.
Mm-hmm. Or on The Last Dance documentary, and he's got the big iron gates that say MJ on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a Death Star.
Okay. Maybe your house is bigger. Yeah, so the aliens go to get the Looney Tunes, but then they like try to figure out how to defend themselves so they don't have to go. Is that what's happening in there?
Yeah, Bugs Bunny tricks the aliens into thinking that the Looney Tunes get a chance to defend themselves through contest. And I think it's funny that Porky Pig suggests a spelling bee.
Yeah. And I think Elmer, he was like, how about a bowling tournament?
I was thinking that there was probably some other ways that they could have tricked those aliens. Like Bugs Bunny was like, how about we have a contest of who's the first to abolish slavery throughout the universe? So the Looney Tunes steal Michael Jordan while he's playing golf. And that's another scene that I think is really funny whenever Michael Jordan is pulled through the golf hole. At the same time, Wayne Knight is like trying to take a photograph of him. And when he's sucked through the golf hole, Wayne Knight, Bill Murray, and Larry Bird, they just kind of stand there without any expression at all for like a couple seconds, just looking at it. And Bill Murray finally says, what kind of camera is that?
Give it to me.
Wait. Let me get a picture of this. All right, here we go. Now you're going to smile. You reach in for the ball, and then you smile, okay?
Yes.
And you think this is good.
Just take the picture.
All right, okay.
What kind of camera is that?
Oh yeah, Bugs and Daffy have to go and get Michael Jordan's gear, including his shorts.
Oh yeah, and the terrible child acting occurs.
Oh God, that was the worst.
It's bad. It's like Sindel level. It's pretty bad.
Thanks, kid. Shoot! Bad dog. That is the last time I'm ever working with dogs or children. Bye-bye.
Hey, where you going?
Well, you see, the Looney Tunes have a big basketball game coming up, and your dad's gonna play.
All right.
That was some Jake Lloyd level shit.
No doubt.
And Michael Jordan, once he finally has all his gear, he's ready.
Once he has his shorts.
Yeah, once he has his shorts, he's ready to play. Seal sings Fly Like an Eagle.
Ooh, love me some Seal.
Time is on slipping into the future. Time is on slipping into the future. So I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, make my spirit carry.
I do like Seal. I didn't really pay attention much to it whenever I was a kid, but now I'm like, oh man,
He has a good voice.
That is a good voice.
There's a note here that says Stan becomes highly aroused. He really wants to help in his newfound Looney Tune pals.
Yeah, Wade Knight shows up, and this is one of our favorite lines from it.
Let me help. I can help. Let me help.
What can you do?
Well, I may not be very tall, but I'm slow.
So in the meantime, the NBA is they've canceled due to coronavirus.
No. No.
The inexplicable ailment that some of them
yes, that's right.
have gone through. Yeah, watching that scene of the NBA getting closed down over fear of like an unknown virus, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Foresight.
Yeah.
That actually happened.
Yeah. We know what that's like.
I got vaccinated.
Oh, good.
Good. Halftime, Bugs struggles. Bugs distributes steroids, aka MJ's secret stuff. Man, that whole sentence. Are you kidding me? The MJ's secret stuff.
Yeah, that's nasty.
It's
Peter.
nasty.
So in the second half of the basketball game, the Looney Tunes really embrace cheating.
Yeah.
Which I guess is fair because, the monsters just run over them and punch them and stuff.
Mm-hmm. They started by cheating.
Yeah.
Bill Murray shows up and he plays, and Mike stretches for the winning dunk when he is clearly fouled. Oh, I want to talk just a little bit about the winning dunk because his feet take off from half court, so that should have been a 3-pointer, but it only counted as 2. And then also, since he's clearly fouled, he should have had a chance for some free throws. So potentially, Looney Tunes should have been able to win by like 3 points.
Mm-hmm. That was a 4-pointer because he's going to make it. He's Mike.
So at the end, Michael Jordan convinces the Monstars to give the NBA players their talent back, and Michael Jordan returns to the NBA, and we get another rendition of Seal.
But when does my song come in?
I believe I can fly.
When does that come in?
That
That's
was
at the beginning.
when Michael Jordan was younger.
Yeah.
And he dunked.
So I want to talk about our not friend who sang that song, because I think it's going to come up more and more in movies and just things that we talk about. It's like there are artists who I think are pretty despicable, but I don't know that how I feel about their art. Like I have a hard time turning my back on the art that they make, regardless of who they are and like the crimes they've committed. I just was wondering how you guys feel about that stuff.
Yeah, there's like a couple comedians already. I won't name names, but they're like, man, they were funny. Mm-hmm. They were just really good at it because it is an art.
Yeah, it is, and I just struggle with it. Like I guess I feel like I don't know how much R. Kelly gets if I was to pull up I Believe I Can Fly on Google Play Music. He gets a percent of a percent of a percent. So, but like I wouldn't go buy his album, but like I kind of want to hear that song every once in a while. And so like, I don't know, it's hard to, it's the same thing. Like I wouldn't go buy a ticket to see a comedian who's, terrible, which hopefully they're just in jail now, but but at the same time, like it's like if you rewatch something on like HBO, like I just, it's hard to separate it. I feel the same way about Michael Jackson's music. I mean, Pretty Young Thing, are you kidding me? That shit's good.
Yeah. And one thing I think of is like, I think we would be absolutely appalled if we knew what a lot of the artists from centuries ago were like Renaissance artists and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Like if we got to hear, I don't even know what name to throw out there, but
Picasso.
Oh, he was terrible.
Yeah,
we know that, but how bad was it, though?
Yeah, exactly. How bad was it? Yeah. Mozart, all the things, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that there were a lot of them were racist and sexist.
Oh, yeah.
But still, we recognize how great things like the Mona Lisa were.
Yeah. And I am not discrediting victims and their statements. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying like we should absolve these people of their crimes, because that's in no way what I'm saying. I'm saying the art they produced, I struggle with. I still support victims in what they have to say and being against those folks. Like, I'm not okay with them. And I would never be like, I love R. Kelly. No, he's a fucking terrible person. I think there's some complication there. He had a terrible childhood and blah, 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 but he's still a predator and he's still a monster. And that just because I like this song doesn't mean that I think he's a great person. So anyway, just not to bring a bummer into the conversation, like, it's just like, it's going to come up, I think, more and more. And this one for me, like, man, the only thing I can think of when I think of Space Jam is, I believe I can fly. Oh shit, that guy's a shithead.
I have perspective on that, though.
Okay.
Maybe. So just switch what R. Kelly was famous for. Instead of singing and construction of, very catchy, soulful music, what if he was instead famous for curing polio? But with all that other shit that he did,
right,
you would still be pretty. You'd feel like curing polio was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
So it's a different type of construction, but it's construction no less.
Yep. I believe I can fly is not the hill I'm willing to die on, but I think we deserves talking about,
Yeah.
Also, maybe people jump to these one mistakes, as intentional as they are. Sometimes these one character flaws being the sole identifying character of that person, and not looking at the whole entire person.
Right. Yeah, I think that's true too. Now, I'll say in R. Kelly's case, he has a long history of being a predator, so that one doesn't count. But I think you're right in that there are a lot of things recently that it makes me go like, we've got to give people room. We've got to give grace to people and allow for change. Because if someone, especially now, we're in this world where everything's captured on video or audio. So if someone, when they were 13, and that happens to be 20 years ago, said something terrible, we cannot punish them and banish them forever and erase them just because of something they said when they were 13. Now, if they were still if they were putting money and power and influence behind it still today, yes, then they do get to be judged upon that. But one-time incidents, I mean, we've just got to give people more grace, because then who's left? Because I know I'm not without flaw, and so I'm not willing to just because they're famous be like, well, that's it, you got, one strike and you're out. I don't agree with that.
And I also disagree. I get the sentiment, and I know it's very emotionally charged when people say this, but I've heard the phrase, we always believe the victim. And I think it should be rephrased, we always hear and investigate what the victim says. We always take it seriously, but, there's not every finger point. You have to investigate, too, because these people, there's people that it's screwing, completely derails their life. Look at he does The Walking Dead. He's the host of The Walking, or The Talking Dead.
Chris Hardwick.
He had that one kind of crazy girlfriend. From what they investigated, that one crazy girlfriend just really tried to really screw him over, and he had a whole plethora of people saying that's not his character that we know. Everybody except that one person, and it's still kind of his career was on the up and up, and now he's just Now I got the Talking Dead.
Yeah.
And that's it.
No, that I agree with you, Alex. And being a woman and definitely, you know, like having those challenges and having had shit happen, you know, like I still think that I'm not without, like everyone has to prove their case about something. Now, I think there was a time and place in our history when it didn't matter what a woman said, they were still wrong and they were still guilty and it was their fault. But for the most part, I think that there's enough clout and with this, especially with social media, like there's enough evidence around now that I think it's easier to prove out. And I do agree. It's just like let's hear what this person has to say and then move from there. But just flat out believing everyone. I mean, that's just crazy talk. Like, I mean, that's like saying, you know, everything that Kellyanne Conway is saying is truthful. And we know that's not true. That woman, all she does is lie. So, you know, I mean, just because being a woman does not make you automatically truthful. That's for sure. Yeah.
Man, the Space Jam episode got heavy.
I know.
And I think we've also seen that there's a pretty big difference in the way we've handled celebrities or whoever is being accused, if they are like honest and recognize, oh yeah, shit, I messed up and sorry about that, not going to happen again, versus other people like R. Kelly who have doubled down and been like, no, I have done nothing wrong ever.
That's right. Or like Josh Duggar. Hello. I mean, he was identified as a predator. He just keeps getting in trouble and he's in no way remorseful. And I mean, he should be locked up forever. Like he is a predator and, you know, yeah, no grace should be given to him, period.
Yeah. And having our own thing here that's, you know, public and on the internet, we do put ourselves in a vulnerable position. And I know that there's going to be some things that I'm going to say on this podcast probably 10 years from now and be like, I wish I had said that differently. And you know, I'm hoping to go into those situations with grace and humility and be like, yep, I messed up, but
there's stuff I've said on our first probably 3 podcasts that I would not say now, like for real. Like that is the beauty of like being able to learn and like giving the opportunity. Because if you're not given the opportunity, then what are we doing? How are we all growing? Like that's just ridiculous. So, like you have to have the opportunity to learn. Not taking that opportunity is where people fail. So yeah, I mean, I'm embarrassed about shit I've said already, and we're only like 15 episodes into this thing.
I've said stuff, and right after I've said that thing, I'm like, well, that's not going in.
Yeah. So anyway, stay patient with us, listeners, and help us learn. And if we say something that's not right, we're open and we're listening.
But please don't derail our careers.
Please don't derail my career as a podcaster for like under 100 people.
We don't always get it right.
But we're real good triers.
Yeah. All right. Great discussion, everybody.
Good job, JJ. Good job, Michelle.
Bet you didn't expect that on the Space Jam episode. So I know we have a couple reviews of Space Jam.
From the interwebs?
Yeah, we've given our account of Space Jam. Now let's hear what the internet has to say.
Oh boy.
All right, so this first review comes to us from Teresa. Gave it 1 out of 5 stars. And some reviews have a subject line and some don't. This one does have a subject line. Subject line: beautiful item, but not manufactured well.
What are they reviewing?
Yeah. So their review of the movie Space Jam, they say, washed jersey one time on Delicate and it ruined the jersey. Too late to return it since it was a Christmas present. Very disappointed.
Is that the person who does Michael Jordan's laundry? What are they talking about? Okay, this is me from user Meat. MEAT. This is just
the generic meatloaf.
Yeah, generic meatloaf. Their title is Good Kid Movie. But their review is 3 out of 5 stars. Could have done without the cursing, but other than that, the movie was good. Like, what are these people reviewing? That's not in Space Jam.
And then Ezra gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and he said, I would have given it a 5 if it wasn't for the fortune teller part. Pivotal moment in the movie.
That's pretty crazy. 3 out of 5 stars. And because of that fortune teller part, it loses 2 stars. The whole movie.
I have a review.
Go ahead, Grandpa Galaxy.
And I agreed with this review wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Sue says 5 out of 5 stars. I have a Death Star. But I digress. She said, I liked the part with the basketball. I agree, Sue.
Yes.
Good job, Sue.
I agree as well.
Sue, would you like to be a Sith?
So I agree. I like that exact part of Space Jam.
With
the
the
part with
basketball.
the basketball. Picture the part with the basketball? That part. So this review comes to us from Robinson, and they say 1 star, 1 out of 5 stars. This isn't Shrek.
It wasn't.
I mean, yeah, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. The thing is...
A lot of movies ain't Shrek.
Well, I think what's really funny about it is that 6 people found it helpful. Like six people were like, oh yeah, okay, good. I thought Space Jam was like Shrek 4. Oh, thank God I didn't buy it.
Greasehole gave it 1 out of 5 stars. And in all caps, all capitalized letters, he says, this is so unrealistic. Michael Jordan could not stretch his arm out in the NBA. If he could, he would have won so many titles. Singular, not plural. He would have won so many titles. I hate this movie. It's so unrealistic. To be honest, pretty good. 5 stars to fix the physics.
That is awesome. Wait, but this is fucked up because he says, to be honest, pretty good. 5 starts, but fix the physics. But he only gave it 1 star. So it's like the stars matter. They don't care what's in your text, man.
All right.
Thanks, Internet.
Yeah, thank you, Internet, for your assessment of Space Jam.
Is this the part where we say do it?
I want to thank everyone for listening, for downloading our podcast. Be sure to rate it on whatever podcast network you listen to, and follow us on Twitter at ButterlegsCast, or visit our website at ButterlegsPodcast.com.
Yep, or send us an email at hello@butterlegspodcast.com.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Now do I go?
Yeah, yes.
Do it.